We have a great deal of respect for religious leaders, and as the statement said, they've been partners in nation building. However, we've gotten to a point where things seem to be getting out of hand. Every single day, we are seeing messages, TikTok messages from different kinds of people prophesying very serious things concerning the nation and its leadership. And I dare say that it's causing a lot of fear and panic. My inbox is inundated with various prophecies. Have you seen this? Have you heard this? What are you doing about it? And you people, so, and more often than not, when you probe further, the challenge, they say, is that they don't have access to government officials. They are not able to reach us. People don't pick their calls. People don't respond to them, etc. So we have created a channel, a WhatsApp number, and an email address that if you have any prophecy concerning the president, the vice president, senior political leaders, prophecies that border on the security of the state. For example, if you say that an aircraft is going to crash, a military aircraft, is a security matter. Those are matters that you should relate to us. We're not saying that your normal everyday prophecies in church about your church members or people, you should bring it to us. So that's not what we're saying.
All right, so that's what he said. And Edudzi?
I listened and I read the release. Usually because of our secular nature, matters involving religiosity and their associated issues, you want to deal with it at individual level. Our democracy is growing, but our handling of the incidents of democracy can be a bit problematic. And also the situation where it appears that there are no limits, there are no restrictions. Is that exactly what democratic rule is about? Even the Constitution 1992, in talking about rights, also appears to place some limits. So that, for instance, when you go on TV, and in the name of prophetic pronouncements or proclamations, say the President of the Republic, this will happen to you. You'll notice that the prophets of the old, the prophets in the Bible, they had a unique way of approaching matters. Prophet Nathan, after everything that King David has done, if you recall, he didn't do a public proclamation to David. He approached him and in a parable said, King David, there was a rich man who had everything. Of all the things, when he had so visitor, he decided to kill the only animal owned by the poor man for his guest. Everything. When he finished, King David gave a response. Then he said, look, my king, the rich man is you. You have all the women of Israel, but Uriah's wife, A, B, C, D. King David took it and proceeded with that. So you notice that even from the Bible, the prophets have always had a way of approaching this kind of prophecies. I don't know what the scholarship on some of these matters are. And so when they come, look, my phone is inundated with some of those. But the benefit is that you are lucky, or maybe we have not gotten to the stature where the prophetic pronouncements will come through radio, television, or the church pulpit. It's my prayer that my senior brother, a very strong man of faith, that's the Honorable Elvis Afriye Ankra, would maybe have a conversation broadly with the Christian Council, the Pentecostal and Christian Council once again, whose members usually are into this. You notice that the traditional Orthodox churches, Catholics, Methodist, Presbyterian, Anglican, and the rest, they hardly make those loud pronouncements. I grew up, my dad, in the ARS church, Apostle Revelation Society, which was a church my
Apostle Wovenu.
Mahama Wovenu. You see, they will call you and tell you that this is what we are seeing, A, B, C, D. And so you notice that in the past, Mahama Wovenu used to relate with very great people. I remember those days, Azuma Nelson, when he goes for his boxing, he will say, no, he's a proud associate of the ARS church. You never hear publicly any one of them. The situation today is a bit more different. I don't think I have the competence to pronounce on the appropriateness or otherwise of how these men of God decide to relate their specific prophecies to individuals. But like the directive from my senior brother indicates, if you have a specific prophecy for Edudzi, we have Edudzi's number. So once you relate to us, we can reach out to Edudzi and say, look, this prophecy had come to you. Take it serious. Or get back to this man of God and find a way that you can manage this prophecy with him. Because the danger with it is that if you are not careful, it will paralyze you. Where you have received a prophecy that if you travel, excuse my language, you will die. The work you do, let me say this, my big man, he's in Admo.
He has to travel.
He can't
road,
perform the
aircraft.
role of disaster management on a desktop. Or can you do it? He can't do it via desktop. He would have to move. So immediately you say this, depending on his level of religiosity, you say, hey, will this man of God have... In fact, there's one that I even watched where the man of God was saying that by 31st, something will happen to the president of the republic. And I'm saying that, where you make such... Is it possible you can reach out quietly, maybe to the president or something? And so this avenue, the email, the phone number, I think is just to provide a filter. I do not think that it is an attempt to, as it were, place a limit. No, not at all.
It's not to clamp down.
No. President John Dramani Mahama, he's a man of faith. He believed in the prophetic. He will do everything to advance the cause of Christianity in this country. But, I say this with all humility. What should be the nature, the mode of communicating such a thing? You understand? Look, we find ourselves in quite a difficult time. So we will plead with everybody, with all humility. Kindly understand where government of Ghana is coming from, so that we can bring a certain level of sanity into the system. That is not to say anybody is interested in gagging the prophetic movement. In fact, if you read the Bible, prophecy is also one of the gifts of the Holy Spirit. Prophecy, teaching, among others. And this government will be the last. But it's the mode. How did Prophet Nathan handle it? Even with the king. Why? He could have just gone and said, look at you. Look, king, this is what you have done. You've slept with somebody's wife. and you have done A, B, C, D, and shame him. No. He met him quietly. So spirituality must go together with the wisdom associated with it. I don't think it's a bad call. Thank you.
All right. So